Hey, I'm Daryll.
And I'm Greg.
We're on a journey on
the long and winding road
to share with you the glorious gift of
music.
We've had the privilege of making a lot of friends, and now we finally have the chance to sit down and have a conversation about their
long and winding road
and share with us the glorious gift of their
music.
So,
relax and rewind it back.
On that note, here's On That Note
with Daryll
and Greg.
Hey guys. Oh, hey,
that was in sync. Hey guys.
That was in sync. Hey guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of On That Note.
Yes,
with Daryll and Greg.
We're in a different place.
Yeah, different place. We keep switching, right? But it was we were on a ride the past 2 weeks, and that was nice.
That was nice.
Fun.
We were on a ride with Booma all over town. Then
and
Shane was here last week. Yeah,
that was so. Now we're back to like sitting still. Yeah. Which I think is needed.
Yeah.
And for this next artist that is coming on the show, I think we need to sit down and have a proper conversation, because he is now also a teacher. To add to his amazing resume, he is now also a teacher. So I feel like, when we're talking with the teachers now, we need to like sit down and just at least to brace ourselves for the knowledge that's gonna be hitting our faces. You know what I mean? So but we're very excited. I don't know why it took us so long to get this guy we've been friends for like a really long time, right? Like
super long time.
Yeah, more than like the other guys that
I had one of my first shows ever with this guest.
Right?
Yeah, and it's been a long while back. Like this artist has been overseas and back.
Yeah, man.
And the dude is a recipient of the 100% scholarship from A.R. Rahman scholarship for Berklee College of Music, and he also holds the record, I think, in the Trinity grading exams. Like he's like exceptionally talented, and
so like the things that are gonna be hitting us today, they're gonna be different. They're gonna be like, whoa, okay, I know I'm gonna be speechless for at least half the show, if not most of it. So man, I think anyone who is a fan of the music that is coming out from our country, and especially from the Northeast region, will know this next musician. You cannot be a musician in the scene and not know this next person that we have on.
Right.
So I think like the list just goes on and on, and we could speak for hours with this intro. But like I think without further ado, it's time we
bring
introduce
him in.
Introduce our next guest, ladies and gentlemen.
Mad genius.
Insane.
Crazy. One of the craziest pianist, keyboard player / musician as a whole. Yeah.
Singer, bro.
Yeah, anything, dude. Anything. Please welcome Ron Cha.
Hey, Ron.
Hi, Ron.
What's up,
Oh
Ron?
my God. Man, I'm so overwhelmed by such a royal introduction. I really don't know what to say. You've hyped me up way too much.
No such thing when it comes to you, man.
And I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me, and thanks for thinking of me. And what you all are doing with On That Note is so nice. It's much needed in our music scene, I feel, and no one's done this before. And it's a very generous act to put the spotlight on artists that really need it. So thank you for doing this, and it's great to be here.
Hey, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, dude. Thanks for like agreeing to do this, man, with us.
It's my pleasure.
Where are you speaking to us from right now?
From a room that does not look so nice, actually. I'm so glad for this white wall over here. So I'm currently in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of Pondicherry and Chennai. I'm teaching at this music school called the Swarnabhumi Academy of Music, aka SAM. A bunch of our friends have been here, alumni. It's a great place, and I've been teaching here for the last 3.5 months or so, and I have another month to go.
Nice.
Perfect.
So how's that been? How is teaching, man? How's the whole gig been?
It's been very nice. It's true, the cliche, you learn a lot when you teach. It's true. I have learned a lot. It's weird because I graduated from Berklee last year around May. It's been less than a year. And I'm already a piano professor. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't expect it, but it was a good gig to get for the time. Right now, I know we all feel the same. That not enough performing opportunities, and we need a stable source of income. And this kind of came at the right time, and I'm very, very grateful for this opportunity, and I think I did it at the right time. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, we're very happy that you're there and you're imparting a lot of your knowledge and everything, man. The kids need it, let's just say that. And yeah, so before we come back, we'll come back to this conversation, of course, but we'd like to take...
I'm trying.
But so let's go back, man. We always like to take the guests who come in on a journey, back to where you started and how it all began for you, and how music became something that you would want to pick up, that you would want to pursue. And so yeah, man, so just take us back to how it all started for you, and the early years.
Well, so music was a part of my household. My grandfather, he still plays piano, so actually it goes back before him too. It was his mother, my great grandmother. She was a pianist, and she would sing traditional Bengali songs on the piano, and she eventually turned blind. So she would, that would be kind of her therapy. Okay. She would just play the piano and sing, and she got my grandfather into it. My grandfather started playing piano, not full time. He wasn't a professional musician, but he was always playing. After his job, came back home and he would be playing. And I grew up listening to my grandfather, and I was always curious as to what he was playing. He would play like stride piano. He would play a little bit of Scott Joplin, a little bit of classical music, and a little bit of, interesting stuff, So growing up in that, it made my ears kind of, I don't know what the word is. It groomed my ears to like a certain sound,
Okay.
And so I would ask him, what he's doing, and he'd he'd make me sit on his lap, and he would hold my finger and he'd just like make me play stuff. I was like, oh, this note sounds like that. I was like, oh, then I'd hear another melody and be like, oh, this is the same note that I heard that my grandfather played. And I was like, oh, then I was, kind of figured it out, as we all do, we figured it out.
Yeah.
And then I started taking Indian classical piano lessons from this man named Shekhar Debroy, who unfortunately passed away, I think a few years ago. And then on to Neil Donkinry, who actually changed my life in a way. He told me that you're good, but you need to be on the right path to get better.
Right.
So he got my technique sorted. He taught me how to play music by ear. He would take Mozart pieces and Bach and stuff like that, and he would make me learn them by ear, because I believe his reading isn't too good either. I don't know about now, but back then it wasn't good either. So he couldn't read, I couldn't read. The only option was to learn it by ear. So my ears were quite advanced at an early age, I feel. And that's how it happened. And then Kong Pauline Wajri got me into jazz music. She was like, oh, check this bossa nova tune out, or check out these chords. She would give me printouts. So I was like, this sounds quite different from what I've been playing, but it sounds wrong, but it sounds right. So I was like, okay, let me get into this. And then I got into jazz, and then I was playing classical and jazz at one point. I went to Pune for lessons with this lady named Roxana Anklesaria. and she was super strict. She was like a proper classical piano teacher. Like, I couldn't have a beard. Like I had to go like groomed, practice 6-7 hours a day at least. She would expect the most out of me. Anyway, that kind of pushed me really hard. And then I was like, enough of classical music. I'm just gonna go for the jazz sound and improvisation and I was also playing a lot of other genres of music. I was like playing ABBA, like Bee Gees, pop music. Like we all grew up with like Bon Jovi, Bryan Adams. Like I was playing that stuff on piano. Like it was weird. But yeah, that's a little intro to my musical upbringing, I guess.
Nice.
Right.
That's a very wide array of.
And that's like ear training from like a very young age, no? Like with your grandfather, like you remembering like those notes, like from that song or from this song. Yeah, I guess that's like ear training 101, man.
Yeah.
That's like since.
Absolutely.
All right, let's move on.
And then,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. Tell me. I was just going to elaborate on what you said, but it's okay.
No, go on, man. Go on.
No. What I was going to say is that internalization of music is so important I feel it's so important to do, because one can read a piece of music and perform it, which is nice. But if you internalize it, it becomes a part of you,
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're putting it out. It's like yes, because you hear it, your brain registers it, and then it's coming out through your instrument.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a much stronger and deeper channel.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
True.
All right.
Saying
This got deep real fast, man. Okay. So let's move on. Let's stay on a more lighter note. Like after that, this whole episode with you training with different people, moving different places to learn, sort of like take it all in. You were probably like a sponge, I would say, And so from there, you had like a little stint. I believe you played some shows in Bombay and that's how I think you met a lot of the guys that you went on to write music with or record music with. And I heard this funny story. It was actually I was sitting down in a session with Shankar Ehsan Loy, and it was Loy Mendonça who said that his daughter saw you at one of the shows in Bombay and called him up to come check you out, right? And it was then, because then for everyone who's watching this show who doesn't know, Ron had like a small like you call it an EP, was it? Or an EP or like an
It was an album, actually.
It was an album. So Ron had an album with Loy Mendonça was there, Gino Banks, Sheldon De Silva. It was a really cool trio album. Yeah, so man. So tell us about this story about Loy's daughter.
Yeah. So Loy and my story is very, very random, actually. So basically, Loy's daughter, Elisa Mendonça, who is also a great singer, she apparently saw me at a gig. I didn't know who she was. She never came up to me. I can't remember if she came up to me. And she went and told her father, like, okay, there's this piano player, because Loy is really into jazz music and he loves, that's his passion. Right. And he's always on the lookout for young musicians who are into this form of music. So she must have gone and told him, and he was aware that I was in the scene and whatnot. But I didn't know of this, right? So I'm in Goa one day, and I have gone there for lessons with Steve Sequeira, this piano player, who, Arjun Sen, he told me, like, you got to go to Goa and check out Steve Sequeira and, to go spend some time with him. I was like, okay, sure, and then I went to Goa and I was spending time with Steve, and he had a gig at this place called, I forget. It's a beautiful place, small club. But so I go up and I go check out his gig, and there's a jam session. So I sit in. Okay, and I'm sitting in and I play some tunes, And there's a lady sitting in the corner, and she calls me, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Like, she calls me and she says, my ex-husband would love your playing. So I was like, interesting. So I was like, okay, who's your ex-husband? She's like, Loy Mendonça. So she told me that she would tell him about me. And I thought, she'd probably forget about me and she'd probably forget to tell him about me or whatever. And then one day, this is a funny story, I'm taking a dump in Guwahati and I get a phone call from a random number. And I don't know why I decided to take it while I was taking a dump. And I answered it, and I hear a voice saying, hey, Ron, this is Loy. I'm Elisa's father. And I was like, Loy Mendonça? He's like, yeah. I was like, I know who you are. You don't have to say that you're Elisa's father, Anyway, so I told him, like, I'll call you right back. I'm a little busy right now. And then I called him back 10 minutes later, and we had a long conversation. And then he's like, come to Bombay, man, we're gonna hang and all of that. So went to Bombay the following week or something like that. This was in 2014 or 15 or something like that. Okay. And I went to Bombay, and I went over to his house. He's the kindest guy. I'm sure you know Greg and Daryll, if you met him. He's such a sweet guy, man, and super helpful, and loves to play. Just loves to play. So we'd end up playing. He would play bass, and I would play piano. And one night, I remember we started playing at like 8 o'clock or something, and we ended up playing until like 4 a.m. Just tune after tune, tune after tune, and all sober. We were drinking tea. And it's rare, such connections and such bonds, Anyway, that's my story with Loy. So
nice. So that's how would that be around the same time where you like met all the other guys like Sheldon and Gino and everybody?
Yes. So my Bombay introduction happened through a very good friend of mine who is an incredible saxophone player and a keyboard player. His name is F.A. Talafaral. I don't know if you all have heard of him. Oh, yeah. But yes. He hasn't been in India for the last 7, 8 years or so. Yeah. But again, his story and the way I met Tala was also random. I was at Jakarta Java Jazz Festival to go check it out. I wasn't playing. It was in 2013. And I was watching Kenny Garrett live, saxophone player Kenny Garrett. And right behind me, there was this guy who was like really digging this music, and he was like making these sounds like, woo, like, I'm like, man, this guy. And back then I didn't know much about jazz music. I was like, okay, let me go check it out. And then I was like, why is he making such noises? And then he was like, you listen to Kenny Garrett? I was like, yeah, now I do. I just heard him. And then I remembered his face, and he remembered my face. And I'm playing Delhi Jazz Festival with Toshan. Actually, Greg, you were on the gig.
No, I practiced for the gig, but I didn't play the gig because I had exams, and Amarnath played the gig actually. Yeah.
Oh yes. Okay. So it was Amarnath. I remember because during the rehearsals you were there.
Yeah. I was there.
Yeah. Nathan was there.
Yeah, Nathan he played bass. Right.
Yes. Anyway, so we were playing Delhi Jazz Festival, and we're staying at the hotel. And after a gig, we come back, just waiting for some rooms or something. And this one guy who looks very familiar comes up to me, and he's like, "Baba, you piano player, no?" I was like, yeah, I'm a piano player. Then I looked at his face. I'm like, have we met before? He's like, yes, Kenny Garrett. I was like, Kenny Garrett, my God, man. and then he's like, yeah, like, I gotta go, but we exchanged numbers. And the next thing I know, he's like, come to Bombay, stay at my place. I will introduce you to my friends. And his friends happen to be, Chino and Louis Banks and Drew Gunnicker and all the big names. So I went to Bombay as a maybe 15, 16-year-old, and I met all these guys, and my mind kind of blown. So
nice. So that's the beginnings of that small little time where you had the trio together. You had that music with Roncha trio. And I still remember that gig you guys did, man. And those actually made it the album, right? The gig you did in Anthony's. With Gino Banks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. So the thing with this album is that it never went anywhere because I was
off catalog album.
Completely off catalog. The only copies that I have are in my suitcase right next to me right now. Those are the only copies I have. And if y'all were here, I could give you a copy. You can't find it anywhere else.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know why it didn't go out. And we us as musicians, as the years go by, even months or weeks, we start to dislike what we did in the past. At least it. For most cases.
Yeah.
So, more time passed and I was like, I can do better. So.
I can do better.
Man.
And you did.
Yeah.
Yes, right? Of course. So
these stints.
Well,
I would like to talk about that.
Hopefully,
since you mentioned that, like I'm pretty sure there is a big transition with the kind of music that you got into. Moving to the latter years, like probably I remember you guys, you and Karan had this jam, and you were playing more like more synths. There was like more synths in your playing and stuff like that, like that's all stuff that you never. I don't remember Ron with synths like prior to that time, and yeah, so that was a progression, and I thought that you grew musically as well, obviously, and that was around the same time that you got the scholarship, right? The A.R. Rahman scholarship, and tell us about that, man. How was that like for you to be the first recipient of that, and for it to be totally 100%? I mean, that's crazy. To one of the best colleges in the world,
I know. I mean, I still sometimes I wake up in the morning. I'm like, I still can't believe that happened. It's, now I've graduated. I still can't believe it. But it's an honor. It's a blessing. It's an honor. It's I'll be forever thankful for this. I don't think I can ever pay the universe back for this gift. And I actually auditioned for Berklee the regular way, like all the other students. A lot of people ask me, did you audition differently? Did you get in touch with someone else? I was like, no, man, I got in touch with the same people. I applied online. It just happened to be that this A.R. Rahman scholarship was being offered for that year, right? For 2015, yes. And I auditioned normally. I was like, the audition went well. It went really well, and I ended up, jamming with the faculty, with the jury, and I was like, okay, no, I'm certain I'll get in, but I hope I get a scholarship.
Right.
Yeah. And then I'm waiting for my results, and then someone calls me. And it's an American accent, so I was like, like, is this a prank call or some shit? Like, I don't know what's going on. So then that person's like, I'm calling from Berklee College of Music, and what I'm about to tell you is not official yet, so I want you to keep it to yourself and just share it with your family, not even your close friends. They said that you got this A.R. Rahman scholarship, so it's a full ride. So I was like, man, is this real? Like it's a random phone call, right? So do I believe it or what? And then I was like, after the phone call, I was baffled. I didn't know what to do. And then I got an official email from Annette Phillip, and it's like, this has happened. It's going to be a concert where A.R. Rahman is going to be there, and you'll be in the same press conference, and you're going to be talking to the same guys and all of that, Incredible, I don't think I was worthy of that scholarship, but it happened. So, really, really, really thankful, really. Yeah.
So tell us about the whole Berklee experience and how that was, man, for you.
Berklee was just so eye-opening, and to put it bluntly, I found out how mediocre I was. I went there and I was like, man, here we go with 6 hours a day again.
Right.
Yep. And it was super humbling. Like, it's a place where you could either get super intimidated and take it negatively and just fuck off, or you could go there and be like, oh my God, there's so much to learn. I'm going to do this and I'll try to push through no matter what, and there is no right or wrong way to go about it. It's okay to not be in music school. It's okay to it's okay. It's normal to feel like you at a music school, you get intimidated. It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But I felt like that for a bit, and I decided to push through, and that was my best decision. It was, I met some of my best friends, some of the best musicians I'll ever play with, professors that I idolized growing up,
right.
and then formed projects with them. I have a project with my professor Jacques Schwarz-Bart, who actually started the RH Factor with Roy Hargrove.
Whoa.
And he is the horn section leader for D'Angelo.
Whoa, shit.
So yeah, and recently he wrote and played on Pino Palladino's new album.
Whoa, okay.
Epic.
What just came out like last week or something. So getting to hang around with musicians like that and learning from them, and not just that, but to become friends with them. It's beyond really
the music,
beyond the music, yes. And you realize that everything they say, there's something to take away from. No matter what they say, like, it could be advice, it could be them sharing a story about someone. It could be them playing, watching them practice, writing songs together. It's so much to take in. And this would happen on a daily basis. And getting to play gigs, travel around the US on tours and different genres, like being at a pop gig one night. The next gig you're playing at a Scholars Jazz Club. After that, you're like playing some prog rock gig, and then suddenly you're on the piano scoring for some film. It's that diverse. It's that diverse at Berklee,
Yeah.
Eye-opening, and so much to learn. I feel I got so much out of that place.
You did put out some music, and I think you guys are called Ron and Spoon, but it's Isaiah Weatherspoon and yourself. And the beat tape is like one of the nicest things that came out, and that is again a project that came out of Berklee, came from and yeah, man. So tell us about that also. That's some crazy shit that you played there. I still remember Sunshine. It's always like I had that on replay for a while during that time. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys like it. So Isaiah and I, we're in the same project with Jacques, who I was just mentioning, the horn player.
Okay.
We were in the same tree. So we were an ensemble together, and he and I, actually, he was the first guy I met at Berklee, period. I went for my admission things, got to get my freaking tag or something, and he's there like super pumped up about everything.
Right.
And instantly I knew that whatever he did, he was good at. He had that kind of a halo effect. Like, he's super positive, like super confident, and such a nice, not confident in an intimidating way, or not trying to show that, okay, man, I got everything down, but in a very positive way. I knew that something about him was just great. So we got together that night, and he was like, oh, check out this beat machine, man. Then he started playing some stuff. I was like, man, I've never heard of this shit. All this while I was just in my room in Guwahati, just checking out piano players. And then suddenly this guy comes out with this beat machine, and he's like, oh, check out this sample, man. Okay, he took a Herbie Hancock sample, he's pitched it up, and he's like, oh, now it's here, and I'm going to play it on this little pad here. I'm like, fuck is going on? I'm like, oh, all right. And since then we started making music together, and in 2018 we started writing material for an EP. It was in my tiny basement bedroom. I had one MIDI keyboard, and he had his beat machine and a laptop. And we were like, let's do this, and we wrote material. We still have so much music that we still haven't put out. So hopefully there'll be a Beat Day Volume 2 soon.
I saw one of your posts like hinting at a Beat Tape 2.
Yeah.
So
Volume.
Yes.
So
nice, man.
Well, hopefully that happens soon, man. Yeah.
So yeah, you did play a lot of music with a lot of people, but also after that you came back to India and you put out your own music, and you put out your first single, Valentine, which is very smooth, very nice, very calming, and the whole EP, Speaking Without Words, and this is like your first body of work, man. How does that feel to put out your own stuff?
It feels very personal, I feel like, I own all of this, though there are a lot of covers, there's a Bob Dylan song, there's a James Taylor song, but at the same time, I feel like I kind of made it my own in a way, and solo piano versions of songs like that, I never really thought I would do that, but thanks to Aman Sagar actually, who had a vision for this as well, he recorded me on tape for a lot of that stuff.
Nice.
He's a great engineer, great producer, mixing engineer, and all of that. So, and he has an incredible ear for a warm sound. I don't know. That's how I think of it. It's very warm, cozy, like under the blankets. That kind of a sound. And I think he achieved that with my playing.
Yeah.
And that was the whole recording. That whole thing was an overnight decision. Actually, I was at his place having a few beers and listening to music, and I was doodling around. And he's like, "Man, I have some studio time tomorrow. Do you want to go record like whatever you're playing now?" I was like, why not? Okay, let's do this. And woke up at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., went for the session, and I made some quick notes. I was like, okay, let me do these songs. I've been listening to a lot of James Taylor, a lot of Bob Dylan, a lot of gospel stuff. And went and did it in a day,
So the whole EP in a day.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Ron.
Well, that's perks of playing alone.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad for the guys who played with you, bro. Well, yeah. Everyone, go check out the Speaking Without Words EP.
Yep.
Roncha, Spotify, anywhere, everywhere.
If you want to hear
YouTube.
some doodling, some ivory doodlings.
Yeah, go for it, man. I hope you guys dig it.
So this would be the perfect time to hear something from you, man.
Yeah, to hear some doodles on the ivory.
Yeah. So tell us what song will you be playing, and what are we going to be hearing from you?
Maybe I'll play. Some Marvin Gaye. I'll play like What's Going On or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Are you going to be singing as well?
Oh.
Ooh, interesting. I could sing a verse and a chorus. Yeah, sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Something short and sweet.
All right. All right.
Yeah. Why not?
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking. Now it's time to hear him speak and sing. I mean.
Yeah, that's a real talking.
Musical language. Yeah. But so, ladies and gentlemen, here is Roncha with a lovely rendition of Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. Check it.
Mother, it's far too many of you crying. Brother, it's far too many of you dying. Oh, you've got to find a way. Bring some love in here today. Oh, Father, we don't need to escalate. War is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. We've got to find a way. Some love in you today. Picket lines, picket signs, Punish me with brutality. Talk to me. We will see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. That was Ron Shah.
That was smooth.
With Marvin Gaye's What's Going On.
What's going on?
So what was going on there, Ron? What's going on? Huh?
See, what's about to go on is what I don't know yet. Because I haven't played. That's hilarious. Y'all did it so smoothly, man. I can see that y'all have been through this many times.
Yeah, 20 episodes, bro. Shit. All right.
Ooh. I feel like I'm at a Joe Rogan show.
Yeah. Hey, we'll do it. We'll do a nice sit down, man, when we can. Yeah.
We'll do.
Hey, all right. That was Ron Shah with Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. And yeah, that was damn cool. So yeah, let's move on. This is a rapid fire section. It's gonna be rapid. We hope it gets rapid. We'll try to wrap this up as soon as we can, so we can let you go have your dinner, bro. We know you're hungry. All right. So let's move into the rapid fire section. We'll ask you a bunch of questions, and yeah, man, you just shoot your answers immediately. All right. First question.
All right.
What's the best show that you've ever played?
Girona, Spain with Ferenc Németh.
Oh, nice. All right. Second question. What is the best single moment of your career so far?
I have to say, man, it's the scholarship.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Third question. Who's the best? What was the best collaboration you did with anybody?
JWA, Jazz with an Attitude, which is about to be out sometime soon. That's a Jacques and Isaiah. Yeah.
All right. Next question. Who would you like? Name an artist you would like to collaborate with in the near future.
Oh, interesting. Local, international. What's going on?
Okay. Give me one local and one international.
Okay. I really want to work with the great Hari Prasad Chaurasia in India. Yeah. Internationally, man, I want to work with Ariana Grande.
Oh, I didn't expect that one.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
All right, last question, my man. If you weren't doing music as a career, right? If music wasn't the thing that you were doing, what would you be doing?
This is gonna be a weird answer, but I would probably be a butcher.
Oh,
damn!
You know,
you like meat, huh, boy? You like
I
meat.
love meat, man. I would probably be a butcher. Yes, I see people cutting fish and meat and steak, and I'm like, man, I wish I could do that shit.
Very interesting there, Ron. Very
I mean, I'm sure if you can't butcher songs, right, you'd have to butcher meat.
Something else, right?
Yeah.
Oh man!
All right.
It's always about killing it.
Exactly. There we go. It's always about killing it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. With that, we conclude the rapid fire.
Yeah. We have
that was also quite rapid, actually.
We have one more question. It's not part of the rapid fire.
All right.
So you can take your time with this one. This is a record of the week thing. We just like to ask everyone, everyone we bring on, what's their favorite album? That one artist that changed their whole mindset, their whole playing. Your whole ability and all of that. So what was that one for you, man?
For me, it was the record. It's a Herbie Hancock, Michael Brecker, Dave Holland, Don alias Jack DeJohnette. That record. It's called New York Minute. It's from the 90s.
Right.
Late 90s, and man, that record literally changed my perspective about playing. So yeah,
Herbie.
Yeah.
There you have a recommendation, guys. Everyone go check out Herbie's New York Minute.
New York Minute. Yeah.
Epic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps it up.
That wraps everything up. It's sad that we don't have more time to like sit and talk with you, because bro, we miss you. Like, honestly.
Oh man, I miss you. I miss you guys so much as well. So, it's a good, legit hang is required.
So,
man, before we wrap it up, bro, we'll just give you the floor. This your time to just tell us what you've got in store. What should people be expecting from you, and more music, obviously, coming. Yeah. So tell us about that. Future plans.
Okay, so future plans. There's the JWA record, which is going to be out. We still don't have a date because of COVID,
right.
But to be on the lookout for Jazz with an Attitude,
nice.
Featuring Jacques Schwarz-Bart, Isaiah Weatherspoon, and myself on keys and key bass. What else? I will be putting out an album with me singing at some point. It'll be like piano, keys, and voice. I've been trying to find a concept, so still haven't recorded it, still haven't gotten around to getting to the studio and doing it, but it'll happen randomly, just like how the solo piano album happened. It's gonna happen like that. So yeah, those two things, and I will be in Europe from August onwards. So if you all happen to be there, anyone who's watching this happen to be there and want anything to do with keys, don't want to hang, you got to get a coffee, have a beer, let me know.
Boom.
Nice. All right, well.
Yeah.
And you can follow Ron.
Just
hit
all right.
Links.
The links are there.
Yes.
They're all down there somewhere.
Yes, go spam the Speaking Without Words EP.
Bro.
Spam Valentine. Valentine is like, dude, if you
spam those beat tapes, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Man. Even that. Right, volume 2 is coming out soon.
Yeah.
Right? Just hang in there. All right.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I love you all so much.
Pleasure, man. Thank you for agreeing to sit down and do this with us.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Man,
means
my pleasure. My pleasure.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks a lot, bro.
Right.
And on that note,
see you guys soon. And
on that note, this was
on that note with Daryll and
on that note
and Ron Shah.
Thanks,
see you, brother.
Man.